Okay, so namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you want to go ahead and get started on your mat and find a comfortable seat, if you want to sit on like a pillow, or if you have a yoga bolster by chance, or meditation cushion, or just a rolled up blanket will work. Coming into cross-legged seated pose or Sukhasana, I know isn't like the most accessible for everybody right out of the gate, and maybe not even after warming up the hips. So you can also sit on your knees with a block between your ankles, and then sit down on the block if you have a yoga block. So just kind of go ahead and rock forward and then back a little bit, and notice your weight over your sits bones until you feel, and you can go like side to side too. I'll move back to my mat here in a minute so you'll get a full body view, but until you feel like your weight is evenly distributed over your sits bones, but not weight in the tailbone, and the pelvic bowl feels like a level bowl sitting on the floor with those feet underneath it. And that should allow for the spine to come up nice and tall through the crown of the head. And then let your hands relax where it's comfortable. Hands on the thighs, palms down. And if you're comfortable doing so, you can close the eyes, and if not, simply drop the gaze down. And just start to turn your attention inward to your breath. Feel the flow of the breath as it comes in. Just don't try to do anything just yet to change it. We want to notice what happens just by turning our awareness to it. So for me, it kind of naturally becomes a little deeper the moment I start to infuse awareness. And that's kind of a signal from my body that the breath wants to be more expansive and fuller than we're typically breathing throughout the day. And that tells me that this is more the natural state of my breath. And so as I go through the practice tonight, breathing through the nostrils, nice open throat, I'm going to try to stay connected to my breath so that it's able to stay in that really expansive natural state. And then hopefully you can work with the breath and your practice in a way where effort and ease sort of come together and they meet in a natural center point, and nothing feels like too forceful or too stagnant. So just take a couple more breaths here, establishing that deeper connection, taking the time required to switch your mind and your mental activity over into an active observer role. And then from this more connected, deeper place, if an intention arises for your practice, something that just kind of drops in from a deeper place of wisdom, you can set that intention now silently to yourself. Now I'll set the group intention that the energy that we create here tonight as we move and breathe together is able to spread beyond just this moment in time and space and outward into the rest of the universe and out into our world even, and down even to just our daily lives. I'm going to move back to my mat here where you guys can see me, and you go ahead and come into child's pose now. If you need a cushion under your knees, grab a blanket or roll up your mat a little bit. Remember, you can sit back to the heels, or you can come forward with the upper body to lower the forehead, either one. And just gently start to extend the arms overhead, staying connected to that breath flow, that natural expansive state, our natural state, really. And this is really the state that the body and our deeper, subtle body layers want to be in. And then lift the forehead just enough so you can begin to walk your hands over to the right. Enjoy a stretch through the left side body. Take 3 breaths here. And on your 4th inhale, you'll walk your hands to center. And then you'll exhale over to your left. Enjoy a side stretch in the right side body and take 3 breaths. And on your 4th inhale, slowly walk your hands back to center. Sit back in the center with the exhale. Enjoy this position for 1 breath. And on the next inhale, rise the hands and knees. And bring the knees under the hips, the wrists under the shoulders, just finding nice stacked, aligned joints, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. And inhale, come into cow. So let the sits bones rise, the belly soften, the shoulders relax, the gaze lift slightly. Then exhale and drop the sits bones, pull the bottom rib cage up into the body, press the shoulder blades apart laterally, and just allow the head to hang at the end for cat. So moving in and out with your breath, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Do 2 more times in each direction. There's no rush, we're just following the breath. We have plenty of time. We've made space and time to let our breath guide us through our practice. And then inhaling, coming back to a neutral spine. And then exhale, glide back in the hips, just past the knees, about 4 inches. And inhale now, glide forward and just come forward past the knees about 4 inches. Exhale, glide back, lumbar nerve glide. Stay gently grounded through the hands and the knees. 1 more inhale, gliding forward, and exhale, gliding back. Inhale back to center. Exhale to ground. And then we'll inhale. Sweep the right arm out to the side shoulder height. Exhale, just lower it back down. Do that 2 more times. And if you feel like it's okay as you inhale and extend it up, if you want to come a little bit higher, kind of opening into a twist gradually, about halfway up now on that 2nd time. Then inhale that 3rd time. You can reach all the way up. Trying to stack the shoulders. Now exhale and thread under the left arm and lower down to the shoulder or toward the shoulder. And the right temple comes to rest. This top hand placement, you can in front of the face, partway extended or fully extended, or wrapped behind. Shoulders should still feel level and top should feel relaxed out of the ears. Enjoy 1 more breath here. And then top hand in front of the face to press you back up to tabletop. And we'll do 3 of those arm motions on the left. So inhale, just shoulder height, the first one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep it out and maybe come up a little bit more open through the chest to the left, and exhale, lower. And then that 3rd one, trying to bring your shoulders back in alignment, and exhale, thread it under. Lower down to the left temple, left shoulder toward the floor. Top hand placement is up to you. Just listen to your body. On your next inhale, hand in front of the face and press yourself up to hands and knees. Extend your right leg back now, ball the foot down. Just start by stretching in the back of that right leg gently. You can even like rock forward to your tippy toes and then press back through the heel. Kind of move in and out of that hamstring and calf stretch a little bit. And then switch sides, ball of the left foot. Left leg extends, ball of the left foot stays down. Again, you can roll forward and back. So lengthening out of the stretch and then deepening. And coming back, left knee next to the right, go back to the right leg back. On an inhale, float that leg just hip height, toes still pointing down, hips feeling nice and level. And on next inhale, extend the left arm, bird dog, thumb up, fingers spread wide. Hug the bottom ribs into the body just so you don't feel like you're over swaying or sinking in the lower spine here. Last breath. And then come back to hands and knees. Float the left leg back and then float it up just hip height, toes pointing down, hips are nice and level. Inhale, extend the right arm, shoulder relax, thumb up, fingers spread wide, good. Again, notice when you extend, if it kind of puts you in that cow position with the spine, and try to hug the ribs up into the body to keep a nice, neutral, long spine for 2 more breaths. And then come back to hands and knees. Go ahead and sit back into your child's pose. You can take your palms up if you want. Just a little different shift in how you can draw the energy into the pose. Enjoy this 1 more breath. And then inhale, rise up to tabletop. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. And you can, of course, be pedaling the feet, kind of wiggling into it. Just keep your knees soft so that you can send the hips high, regardless of any hamstring restriction or calf restriction. 1 more breath. And then I'm going to have you move through cat, cow, and down dog. So inhale, lower the knees and go right into cow. Then exhale, round into cat. Inhale, neutral spine, so flat spine, and exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, lower the knees, go right into cow. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, neutral. And exhale, down dog. 1 more time with your breath. Inhale, lowering to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold now. Enjoy for 2 breaths. Really press through the finger pads, each knuckle segment, the outer edges of the palms, like you're pushing the earth away from you, and shoulders relax. And then go ahead and step. You can lower the knees down and step your left foot forward, or from here, just step your left foot forward between the hands, a little extra work, and let the back knee come down. Let's bring both hands on the inside of the front foot. You can walk the foot over to the left if you need more space. You can adjust the front foot farther away from the back knee. And you can come up to like soft fists, so knuckles. You could use blocks under the hands. If you're super bendy and want more stretch, then you're going to want to lower your forearms down to the floor or to blocks. Just relax your shoulders. Try to keep a nice flat spine at the back of the heart space. Good. Use that inhale to help you stay long And exhale, ground and feel the pelvic bowl pressing forward evenly, left and right sides evenly. So it's a nice balanced action in the stretch. One more breath. And again, you can step back through table here, so walking the foot toward the center, or you can just step straight back to downward facing dog. Enjoy the pose for 2 breaths. And then on your 3rd inhale, knees come down, step forward, or just step the right foot forward and let the back knee come down. Bring both hands to the inside of that foot, and you can move it over to the right if you need. Again, just find the height that you need. So not everybody just goes right to the floor with their hands. There's lots of options there for you to find what allows your spine to be tall. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen the stretch. I am sore on this inner thigh today, just on this side. One more breath here. And we'll walk our foot back to center, and you'll step back through tabletop to down dog or straight back. Enjoy downward facing dog for 2 breaths. Shoulders always relaxed away from the ears. And feel the bottom tips of the shoulder blades like drawing straight down the back and kind of plugging into the rib cage even. Good. Then inhale and walk your feet mat width apart. Bend into your knees. And exhale. Baby step your hands back towards your feet. Keep a generous bend here in a low squat. Place your elbows one at a time on the thighs above the knees. Lengthen through the spine. So feel your tailbone reaching back, sits bones reaching back, crown of the head is lengthening. Take a few breaths here, feeling the strength of the legs underneath you, feeling that blood flow from foot to head and back again. One more breath. Then bring your hands to your hips and inhale, rise up from the feet, nice and slow, and exhale, step the feet together. Come to Tadasana in the front of your mat. So again, you can kind of pick up your feet one at a time until you feel them come under you in a natural place of alignment. Notice if you're gripping in your toes, and instead try to ground through the 4 corners of your feet. Maybe gently lift and spread the toes to feel the arches lift. Feel the knees over the ankles, not behind, and tracking over the 2nd and 3rd toe. Feel the pelvic bowl. Again, it should, not sitting on the floor, but it should still feel like a level bowl. So the tailbone's relaxed between the legs, not tucking, not sticking out, just nice and relaxed. And then the heart space, the collarbone is kind of opening and lifting so that it allows space for the shoulder blades to relax on the rib cage, and just feel the top, the very back of your top palate inside your mouth kind of lifting, and feel that line of energy through the crown of your head. Tongue relaxed, and enjoy 3 breaths here, mountain. I'm going to turn and face you guys, or I'm going to back up this a little bit and turn slightly so you guys can see me better, but you stay where you are. Let's do saluting the 4 directions. So arms are at the sides. From here, draw your fingers up towards your elbows. So it's like you're pressing your palms toward the earth. On your next inhale, float the arms up in front of you to shoulder height. And then exhale, press them out to a T. Then inhale, bring the fingers together overhead, look up and meet the fingers at the forehead. Exhale, press the palms to the ceiling, bring the gaze to horizon. Inhale, bring the arms back down to T. And then exhale, point the fingers down, bring them all the way together at the navel space, and then back so the fingers touch. And then inhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. And exhale, arms release back at the sides. Take a breath here. And let's do that 3 more times. And if you like, you can turn a quarter turn to the right so that as we're doing it 4 times, we're actually kind of saluting at each direction. So draw the fingertips up toward the elbows. Inhale, extend the arms up shoulder height. Exhale, arms to T. Inhale, bring the fingertips to the forehead, gaze up. Exhale, press palms to ceiling, gaze at the horizon. Inhale, arms back out to T. Exhale, point fingers down, bring them together at the navel space and touch the backs of the hands together. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, arms relax. Pause for a breath. Turn a quarter turn to the right. And draw the fingertips up towards the elbows. Inhale, arms float up to shoulder height. Exhale, open to T. Inhale, fingertips to forehead, gaze up. Exhale, press palms to ceiling, gaze at the horizon. Inhale, arms to T. Exhale, point the fingers down and bring them to meet the backs of the hands under the navel. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, relax the arms at the sides. Take a breath in mountain pose here. Turn a quarter turn to the right. Last direction here. Draw the fingertips up toward the elbows. Inhale, float the arms shoulder height in front of you. Exhale, open to T. Inhale, fingertips to the forehead, look up. Exhale, palms press to the ceiling, gaze at the horizon, shoulders relax. Inhale, arms to T. Exhale, tuck the fingers, bring them to meet at the navel at the backs of the hands. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, arms relax at the sides. Take a full breath here. Go ahead and turn back to face the front edge of your mat if you're not there already. Take a breath in Tadasana. Let's bring our right foot back to Warrior One. So a stance that lets your toes, knees, hips, and shoulders square to the front short edge of your mat. You can try shorter and wider, maybe start there. Good. Then bring your arms to cactus arms. So I want you to inhale and come into cactus arms, deepen a little bit into the back bend. Then exhale and cross your arms in front of you and round the upper spine and look down. Inhale, open to cactus arms, back bend. Exhale, round. Try to switch the cross of your arms each time too, which one's on top. Inhale, we'll do 2 more. That way if you're switching the cross of your arms. Exhale, round. It evens out. Last one, inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding, crossing the arms at the chest. Inhale now, take the arms to cactus again. And exhale, reach the fingertips up like you're plugging them all into the ceiling, coming into the traditional expression of the pose. And just ground through that back foot. Notice if you're gripping in the toes, try to lift and spread them gently. Take one more breath here. And then lower the arms and step your back foot forward. Take a breath in mountain pose. And we'll step our left foot back. Warrior One here. Find your stance. So it's all about how it feels. It doesn't, you're not going to look maybe like somebody else or something in an image that you've seen. So I want you to feel that alignment, that feeling of firm, steady, and pleasant. And when you're ready, inhale into those cactus arms, tiny back bend. Exhale, cross the arms, cross the chest, rounding, looking down. 3 more. Inhale and switching the cross of the arms each time as you exhale and round. 2 more. Last one. If If you're ahead of us, just wait for us in cactus arms. So I'll end up back here. Inhale and exhale, reach up with the arms, shoulders relax. Palms can face each other or away from you. One more breath. And lower the arms, step the back foot forward, find Tadasana. One more breath here. Turn and face the long edge of your mat now and take your feet about a leg length distance. And then we'll turn our feet to the right. So point both the toes to your right. Now kind of facing up more to the long edge of your mat. And bend into your front knee, extend the arms. Without shifting this knee forward, reach way past it with that front arm. So it kind of feels like you're laterally sliding the pelvic bowl. And lower your front elbow to your front thigh. Good. Palm facing up, look down at that palm, and then extend this top arm overhead so the palms are shining at each other. So now inhale and reach this top arm up shoulder height and then pull it back behind you and follow it with your gaze. And then inhale, come back to extended side angle, looking down. Exhale, reach it up, shoulder alignment, and back and follow with the gaze. One more, inhale. Exhale, reaching up and back. So you're kind of using the arm to help leverage that rib cage open a little bit more. Inhale, back to the extended side angle, and then exhale, rise up to warrior two. Relax the arms, turn the feet, facing the long edge of the mat, adjusting the toes. Take a breath here, and then we'll all turn our toes to the left. So bend that front knee, extend the arms, reach way past that front knee without it shifting, lower the elbow to the thigh in the front, palm facing up, and extend the top arm overhead. Gaze down. Take an inhale here, and then exhale. Reach that arm up, pull back, and follow the hand with the gaze. Follow the gaze with the hand. Inhale, come back to extended side angle, gaze down. Exhale, reach up, gaze back. Pull that arm back behind you a little bit. Last one, inhaling, extended side angle. Exhale, reaching up, pulling back. Inhale, extended side angle, Utthita Parsa Konasana. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Relax the arms, turn the feet, wide-legged stance, adjust the feet in if you need, arms relaxed, or an Anjali Mudra, and take a couple breaths here. Good. Second time, first side. So toes point to the right. Keep that front leg straight with a little micro bend in that front knee. And again, extend the arms and reach way past that front knee. Then just lower the arm wherever it reaches and try to bring your arms into an alignment where you feel like your shoulders are level here and the arms are an extension in one line. We're going to do that same thing here from Trikonasana. So that's why I kind of like to keep it up a little bit higher rather than trying to reach for the floor or block. Just place the back of the hand on the inside of the leg. So we'll inhale, sweep that top arm overhead and look down at the front foot. And then exhale, reach the arm up and back behind you a little bit. Follow with the gaze. Two more. Inhale, reach overhead, look down. Exhale, arm up and back. Last one. Woo. Inhale. Exhale. That one challenged my stability a little bit. Good. Then bend the front knee and inhale up through warrior two. Exhale, turn the feet. Wide-legged stance here. Just take a breath. Turn the feet to your left, toes pointing left now. Front leg straight with a micro bend. Arms extend. Good. Inhale, reach past that front knee and exhale, lower. Nice long straight line here. Then inhale, extend the arm overhead, look down at the foot, front foot. Exhale, reach up and back, follow with the gaze. 2 more. Try not to rush. The breath is your friend. It's going to keep you nice and stable. If you're allowing it to be in that natural full state that it wants to be in. Last one, inhaling. Exhaling, leveraging yourself a little deeper. And then bend the knee and inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, turn the toes. Adjust the stance a little closer if you need. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Enjoy a couple breaths here. How are we doing? Good. I better check my time. I thought, well, let me make sure this clock is keeping up in here and it's not too slow or too fast. Okay, good. So here, let's take a mini goddess squat. Just bend into the knees like you're sliding your back down the wall. And you kind of rock side to side, bringing your weight evenly over your feet. And then let's do some side bends here. So inhaling, sweeping your right arm up overhead and side bending over. You can rest this other arm down on the thigh. Inhale back to center, Anjali Mudra, and exhale, side bend to your right. 2 more each side, inhaling at the center, exhaling, drop your gaze. Inhaling middle, exhale, side bending. Last one each side. Just keep your awareness inside. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, ground. And inhale to rise. Exhale, heel toe or step together. Bring the feet, the knees to touch. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Start by dropping the gaze. And then if you're comfortable doing so, as a way to challenge yourself, and just to really connect to the central channel of the body, you can close the eyes. And don't be afraid when you first close the eyes that you feel like you might feel this little kind of circling around the ankles. And maybe that kind of continues to be there, then you'll connect with the central channel for like a moment or two or a string of moments, and then it might happen again. So notice when that happens, if it has any connection to what's going on with the thought waves. Let's do 4 more breaths here. And slowly opening the eyes. So it's just kind of a real quick way to give you the tangible effects of the breath, of how staying focused on the breath really has this kind of profound effect. And it seems like such a simple thing, but in practice, right, in theory, to continue to do is really hard. I even noticed, like, Genevieve made a little squeal upstairs, and my mind grabbed onto that, and I had been really still, and it kind of like I felt myself going over to my body went to the right to like follow that thought wave over that way. It's kind of funny. Okay, go ahead and have a seat, and I'm gonna get a rolled up blanket to sit on. So if you have something similar and you want to do that to help prop the hips. Bring your legs out in front of you in Dandasana or staff pose. Make sure everybody's with me, that I can see. Oh, hold on. I think Noel got kicked out. Noel, did you get kicked out? You got kicked out? I'm glad I looked up and saw that. See, this is the great thing about having it up on the big screen. I can actually see from that far away. Okay. Good. So we're in Dandasana pose, sitting nice and tall. Enjoy 2 breaths here. Again, just come back to that feeling of the sits bones like feet underneath your pelvic bowl, nice and level. And we'll pick up our right knee, hands behind us, right knee to bend into it and plant the right foot. Place the left hand on the right knee and inhale, sweep this right arm up and exhale, windmill it around behind you, bringing the rib cage into that nice rotation around, and place the hand down behind you for support to help you sit up nice and tall. And now each inhale and exhale is going to guide you deeper. So inhale to lengthen and exhale, deepening. You can pull the right hip back. I even like to sometimes reach underneath with my hand on that right hip and kind of manually pull it back. And let the left one come in front a little bit. And you can let the gaze come around the back shoulder. So I just like to feel that nice, complete rotation from the base of my spine all the way through the crown of my head. And then coming back around to center when you're ready, legs out in front, Dandasana. But you can really, rotate a little bit more around here if you're wanting to feel more of the twist in the thoracic spine or with the gaze in the upper spine. Just be sure that you allow the hips to come around a little bit so you don't get real stuck in the hips and tweak too much on the, torque too much on the lower spine. So let's pick up our left knee and plant the left foot. Right hand to the left knee. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, windmill it around, down behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to deepen. Again, you can take that left hand and pull that left sit bone back behind the right one a little bit. I like to use this right hand. It helps me keep this knee pointing up at the ceiling because mine wants to kind of fall out to the side. So enjoy about 2 or 3 more breaths here. Inhale, come around to the center. Legs straight out in front, Dandasana, arms relaxed at the sides. Enjoy 2 breaths. Okay, so we'll go back to that first variation with the right knee bent and the right foot planted. If you want to do your twist, your rotation here again, you can. If you want to go a little deeper, you can try taking the foot to the outside of the left leg. So this is just going to give us more of an experience of a stretch here. And place the left hand on the right knee. So let's start out this time by pulling this right hip back with our hand, or you can just, if you're able to just adjust it back. Let's start now by doing that first. And then inhale, take the arm up at shoulder height out in front of you, and exhale, just reach it back on this kind of T line, and then lower it down. Use it to help you sit up nice and tall now. And instead of continuing to leverage you in, we'll use our breath instead to guide us in. So you deepen with each exhale and you lengthen with each inhale. One more breath. And then come back to center. Uncross the legs. Take it straight, take a breath. And switch sides, so playing the left foot, and you can do here again, or take the foot to the outside of the right leg. Reach under that left hip and just draw it back. And then inhale, arm at shoulder height out in front of you. Exhale, sweep it back on that line, shoulder height, and then lower down. Good. So you kind of first see what you can do to use your arm to help bring you into the twist to leverage you a little bit, but then they're there just to help you sit tall. And you use your breath now to guide you deeper. So keeping the breath and being there with, you can be there you can breathe there, you can be there. So keeping that breath really maintains the spinal integrity that you're wanting in the rotation because it keeps the core muscles working synergistically. One more breath. Bring the gaze back to center and rotate back to center. Legs out in front, Dandasana pose. Take a breath. So let's take the soles of our feet together. And again, you can reach back and pull the sits bones back a little bit so you feel more perched on the front of them now for this one. Hands can just relax, clasping any part of the legs that they can reach, the knees, shins, ankles, and then inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, you can use the hands to help bring you forward as long as you feel that pelvic bowl tipping forward now. Instead of sitting upright, it's like we're pouring that bowl forward between the legs, groin, hip flexors, knees relaxing. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, try to pour the pelvic bowl forward a little bit more. You can even, I'm gonna use my elbows to help press my knees down to relax. It's not like a lot of pressure, just a little bit. And just continue to deepen into the forward bend and noticing just the difference here in the pelvic bowl tipping forward. So deeper hip flexion versus spinal flexion. If you look at me, I'm trying to keep my spine still nice and tall and relax those sits bones down, kind of back at a trajectory since my pelvic bowl is tilted forward like this. So you don't just completely let the sits bones leave the ground, but you don't have to forcibly push them down either. Just that grounded effort where effort and ease meet. Keep breathing. Stay connected with that natural expansive state of the breath. Again, it helps you to maintain the spinal integrity, the support needed to keep your spine safe in the forward bend. And then you can slowly walk your hands back up to center, coming upright, nice and tall. Take your legs out in front of you. Take a breath in staff pose. Take a Paschimottanasana, so bend into your knees pretty generously. And again, I'm gonna pull my sits bones back. I like to give myself that little head start of the pelvic bowl tilting forward by just beginning to come onto the front of the sits bones ever so slightly. And then inhale and sweep your arms up overhead, shoulders relax. And exhale, just kind of bring yourself forward, laying the belly to the thighs and reaching way past with your hands, like you're reaching way past your toes. Inhale, lengthen again, shoulders relaxed. And exhale, belly to the thighs, reach way past with the hands, and then you can release them to wherever they reach, whether it's the shins, the ankles, the outsides of the feet, or wrapping 2 fingers around the big toe. Again, shoulders relax. Try to stay nice and long through the spine here, and just work with each breath to tilt the pelvic bowl forward a little bit at a time. So whether you're somebody who can just kind of come into these forward bends pretty quickly and naturally, and then you're just sort of staying there and breathing, or whether you're more like me, where it takes me several breaths to kind of find that connection to these deeper muscles that help to act on tilting the pelvic bowl forward, either way, you're still getting that experience of the journey and the process. And so it's neither here nor there whether you can put your head to your knees or anything like that. Just pay attention to everything that's going on as you're holding and as you're working. As you're working really deep inside, because that's the whole point of forward bends anyway, right? Energetically, so to help bring us deep inside, keep us grounded, centered. And my knees maybe start to straighten a little bit. I'm not going to force them down. Let the breath stay in that natural expansive state. And then inhale, like lift the gaze, walk the hands up the legs, maybe stepping back to Dandasana. Hands relaxed at the sides. Take a couple breaths. And then you can scoot your hips forward enough so you can lay back and not hit your head on anything, and so you can be fully on your mat. And plant your feet. Go ahead and take your feet together at the midline, and then take your knees side to side. So putting the feet together just doesn't let the range be very big. So just kind of gently go side to side with the knees. You can rest your hands on the abdominal region, the navel face, or below. Nice, full, expansive breath. And then one at a time, the knees are at the center, bring them toward the chest. Hug them towards you with the hands. And same thing, you can just kind of very gently, small range of motion, just rock side to side, massaging the lower back into the floor. And if you want to take the knees outside the body here into a happy baby version of this, you can, just reaching up and holding wherever, back to the thighs, shins, outside of the feet, or the big toes. And you can also, again, always add in that rocking side to side action, massaging the muscles on either side of the spine against the floor. And then bringing the soles of the feet together if you're in that happy baby. Just relaxing, pausing for a few breaths here. Feeling that openness across the front of the pelvic bowl in this one. And allow the breath down through the base of the spine and all the way back up. And then releasing your hold on the feet or wherever you've got your hands in, set one foot down at a time. Go ahead and inhale, take a little full body stretch. And then exhale, release down into your Shavasana and grab any props that you want. You can place a bolster or something, rolled up blanket or just a pillow under the knees. You can cover up with a blanket. I'm going to dim the lights here a little bit. And you can do the same thing in your space. I'm going to come up here to sit to keep track of the time for you. So nice if somebody's keeping track of the time for us in our relaxation practices and efforts. Rather than being concerned with the clock, you can just really let go. Notice the breath come to a natural place of stillness now. It isn't that we move back to our shallow breath pattern breathing of the day. The prana, or the energetic quality of the breath, is still there in a very deep way. Again, it wants to be expansive. And that's still there. It's just something that you feel on a deeper, more subtle layer. It just feels as though the body now is very still because the physical body isn't demanding as much breath. And so if you drop your awareness down into the navel chakras or below, you can really feel that expansion of the prana, the deep prana and energy with the softness there, the roundness in the belly. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into this expansive space with no agenda. No restriction or tension. Just feel the support, the love, the wisdom, the energy of your own space, your own prana. Allow yourself to rest. Gradually begin to deepen your in-breath and let it out long and slow. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and circle the wrists and the ankles, beginning to feel that fresh, healing, vital energy re-entering the body. And then as you're ready, you'll bend into your knees and roll to your right side. Support your head and neck with your right arm if you need. Come into this side lying sort of hug for yourself. And on an exhale, press up to any comfortable seat. If you like, you can join me by bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra, dropping the gaze, bowing your head down in towards your heart space, where the yogis believe the true self, the divine self, capital S, resides. Let's just take a couple moments here to acknowledge that we're facing some more difficult and challenging times ahead. And maybe then even just commend yourself and acknowledge that we're up for the challenge. Doesn't mean it's not going to be messy. And at times it will be difficult, it will be hard. But if you can make a commitment to keep showing up for yourself like this in your practice, it's just a simple way that we can all take care of ourselves and each other. And I really do believe that it's going to inform us in such a true way so that when we're out in the world during these challenging times, we can be in this world and not of it. And really be a service to ourselves and others. So thank you for your commitment to your practice and to yourself. And I hope to keep connecting with each of you. Keep it up, keep up that regularity as best you can. May all beings know peace. May all beings everywhere be healed. May all beings know the beauty of their own true nature. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you Monday.
Thanks, Amber.
You're welcome.